The Caped Crusaders standalone cinematic return to the big screen has arrived in the form of Matt Reeves' long-anticipated DC film, The Batman. This film sees Robert Pattinson step into the Batsuit in a story set 2 years after Bruce Wayne first becomes the masked vigilante of Gotham City. Batman uncovers the corruption in the city while teaming with Lieutenant James Gordon to take down a serial killer named Riddler, who brings out probably the most underused trait of Batman's character, that is, being the world's greatest detective. In The Batman, we hear the vigilante's journal entry in an early scene and learn that crime and corruption has gone up by a few notches since his arrival. He has become a symbol of fear and darkness, and this is depicted in a scene where Batman fights a gang and whispers,
"I'm vengeance."
the places Batman goes and the friends and foes that he encounters throughout his journey in this phenomenal script by Matt Reeves and Peter Craig are incredible. This film stretches to almost touching the 3-hour mark, but the screenplay is so engaging that you get completely engrossed in this universe that Matt Reeves created. He optimistically presents a more authentic touch to a story that is partially known to everyone. Also, this film offers a David Fincherish take on the superhero genre that feels inspired by Seven, Zodiac, and Bong Joon-ho's Memories of Murder. It is a style that matches the character of Batman perfectly, as we can see him do a lot of detective work in this film, working alongside Lieutenant James Gordon to decode Riddler's puzzles. Batman's relationship with Gordon is written excellently, with Jeffrey Wright's performance as Gordon complementing that of Pattinson's, as he is the only police officer on Batman's side, while most of Gotham's police view Batman as a violent outlaw. Talking about performances, I think Robert Pattinson with his performance as Batman has shut everyone down who trolled him due to their hatred towards Twilight. Pattinson is perfectly casted as Bruce Wayne. This movie does not have any scene where Bruce acts like a charismatic billionaire playboy, and this makes sense, as this is an early Bruce who has not yet learned to adopt a different public persona. Earlier, I have spoken in detail about how Pattinson's Batman is different than the previous incarnations in another video, which you may check out after you finish this one. ZoeKravitz never disappoints as Catwoman, which is actually the second time she played this character, as she voiced a different version of her in the Lego Batman movie. Catwoman's goals throughout the movie become increasingly personal, and Kravitz is fantastic as she portrays Selina Kyle's inner turmoil. But where the movie really stands out is within its villains. PaulDano's unsettling portrayal of the Riddler is the most outstanding depiction of a Batman villain since Heath Ledger's Joker. Matt Reeves always mentioned how he wanted to explore the detective side of the superhero, so he couldn't have asked for a better antagonist than Riddler to test the Caped Crusader. He is creepy and unpredictable without even appearing frightening once his mask comes off. Though it is tough to match what Jim Carrey has done with this character back in 1995's Batman Forever, Dano manages to present a much saner yet sociopath version of the Riddler. However, I think CollinFarrel did the best job with his portrayal of Penguin. You will absolutely love his performance. His makeup gives him a new appearance, yet it does not go completely ballistic as Penguins of the past. His voice and accent are so vastly different from that of Farrell's that he completely vanishes in this villainous role filled with humor and charisma. Now coming to the music of this film, Michael Giacchino takes the baton from the likes of Hans Zimmer and Danny Elfman, resulting in one hell of a haunting soundtrack. Nirvana's Something in the Way plays an important role as Giacchino smartly weaves some of the song's notes into Batman's theme, so this song is present throughout the film, at times with lyrics and other times just the notes. So, all said and done, you just can't dislike this film if you like Batman as a superhero. An origin story in the truest sense, it is the journey of a vigilante who is still discovering what it means to be a hero. Bruce realizes that he is merely another product of the very darkness that he wants to change, and vengeance begets more vengeance. So in the end, he is no longer a symbol of fear and darkness, but a symbol of hope and justice. He becomes the hero that Gotham truly deserves. He becomes the Batman.